Welcome to Space Channel. At here we have all about space and galaxy. Thank for your watching video. Now we'll find out about the sideways planet, it's Uranus planet. The seventh planet from the Sun with the third largest diameter in our solar system, Uranus is very cold and windy. The ice giant is surrounded by 13 faint rings and 27 small moons as it rotates at a nearly 90-degree angle from the plane of its orbit. This unique tilt makes Uranus appear to spin on its side, orbiting the Sun like a rolling ball. The first planet found with the aid of a telescope, Uranus, was discovered in 1781 by astronomer William Herschel, although he originally thought it was either a comet or a star. It was 2 years later that the object was universally accepted as a new planet, in part because of observations by astronomer Johann Elert Bode. William Herschel tried unsuccessfully to name his discovery Georgium Sidus after King George III. Instead, the planet was named for Uranus, the Greek god of the sky, as suggested by Johann Bode. With a radius of 15,759.2 miles, 25,362 kilometers, Uranus is 4 times wider than Earth. If Earth was the size of a nickel, Uranus would be about as big as a softball. From an average distance of 1.8 billion miles, 2.9 billion kilometers, Uranus is 19.8 astronomical units away from the Sun. One astronomical unit, abbreviated as AU, is the distance from the Sun to Earth. From this distance, it takes sunlight 2 hours and 40 minutes to travel from the Sun to Uranus. One day on Uranus takes about 17 hours, the time it takes for Uranus to rotate or spin once. And Uranus makes a complete orbit around the Sun, a year in Uranian time, in about 84 Earth years, 30,687 Earth days. Uranus is the only planet whose equator is nearly at a right angle to its orbit, with a tilt of 97. .77 possibly the result of a collision with an Earth-sized object long ago. This unique tilt causes the most extreme seasons in the solar system. For nearly a quarter of each Uranian year, the Sun shines directly over each pole, plunging the other half of the planet into a 21-year-long, dark winter. Uranus took shape when the rest of the solar system formed about 4.5 billion years ago, when gravity pulled swirling gas and dust in to become this ice giant. Like its neighbor Neptune, Uranus likely formed closer to the Sun and moved to the outer solar system about 4 billion years ago, where it is the seventh planet from the Sun. Uranus is one of 2 ice giants in the outer solar system, the other is Neptune. Near the core, it heats up to 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 4,982 degrees Celsius. Uranus is slightly larger in diameter than its neighbor Neptune, yet smaller in mass. Sunlight passes through the atmosphere and is reflected back out by Uranus's cloud tops. As an ice giant, Uranus doesn't have a true surface. The planet is mostly swirling fluids. While a spacecraft would have nowhere to land on Uranus, it wouldn't be able to fly through its atmosphere unscathed either. The extreme pressures and temperatures would destroy a metal spacecraft. Uranus's atmosphere is mostly hydrogen and helium, with a small amount of methane and traces of water and ammonia. The methane gives Uranus its signature blue color. While Voyager 2 saw only a few discrete clouds, a great dark spot and a small dark spot during its flyby in 1986, more recent observations reveal that Uranus exhibits dynamic clouds as it approaches equinox, including rapidly changing bright features. Uranus's planetary atmosphere, with a minimum temperature of 49 K 224.2 degrees Celsius, makes it even colder than Neptune in some places. Wind speeds can reach up to 560 miles per hour, 900 kilometers per hour, on Uranus. But closer to the poles, winds shift to a prograde direction, flowing with Uranus's rotation. Neptune has 27 known moons. While most of the satellites orbiting other planets take their names from Greek or Roman mythology, Uranus's moons are unique in being named for characters from the works of William Shakespeare and Alexander Pope. All of Uranus's inner moons appear to be roughly half water ice and half rock. The composition of the outer moons remains unknown, but they are likely captured asteroids. Uranus has two sets of rings. The inner system of 9 rings consists mostly of narrow, dark gray rings. There are 2 outer rings, the innermost one is reddish like dusty rings elsewhere in the solar system, and the outer ring is blue like Saturn's E ring. In order of increasing distance from the planet, the rings are called zeta, 6, 5, 4, alpha, beta, eta, gamma, delta, lambda, epsilon, nu, and mu. Some of the larger rings are surrounded by belts of fine dust. Uranus has an unusual, irregularly shaped magnetosphere. The magnetosphere tail behind Uranus opposite the Sun extends into space for millions of miles. Only one spacecraft has visited distant Uranus. After traveling more than 1.8 billion miles, 3 billion kilometers, in 9 years, NASA's Voyager 2 gathered much of its critical information about the mysterious planet, including its rings and moons, in just 6 hours. The rest of what we know about Uranus comes from observations via the Hubble Space Telescope and several powerful ground-based telescopes. Thanks for your watching again. Please like, subscribe to watch more videos, and let your feedback at comment below.